Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game. When we last left off, we defeated the boss Paint Roller and acquired the second slice of the Star Rod, which allows the citizens of Dreamland to dream. As a reminder, King DDD broke it into slices, I guess, because from a profile angle it looks whole, and sent the slices to his cohorts. And we got 2 of them so far. And we're 17% done with the game. Our ranking is Son of Wind? What is Son of Wind? Oh, because Kirby's a puffball, of course. Anyway, here we are at level 3, Butter Building. And if you stopped watching too soon at the end of the last episode, you missed an observation I made. I'm not going to repeat it. If you missed it, you just have to go back and watch it. So this is going to be a tower. A very tall tower, as towers tend to be. You know, I think my sister was right about the delay. Sometimes it seems like I'm attacking and... Ooh. Watch it for these stone guys. There we go. Stone. Kirby's body turns into solid rock. In this form, he cannot be hurt by enemy attacks. And unlike newer Kirby games, Kirby will not automatically revert back to normal. You know, if I'm going to demonstrate this, I should demonstrate it properly and hang out with the enemies. And be partly invisible because of sprite limitations. This is getting dangerous. Also, as a reminder, I am streaming this at Twitch while there's a storm brewing. Kind of worrying, I guess, because I'd hate for it to turn out that I'd lose power. But for now, I'm going to keep going. Also, we got Mike back. Yay, Mike. No! I was all dodgy and proud of myself, but then I saw that beam coming at me, so it's like, quick, flying up! Except pressing up gets you in the door. Bummer. Give me that health. So there's a button up there, by the way, and the way you get to it is by falling down this pit. And sliding through here, and behind this block is a bomb block, which gets us up to this door up here, and gets us this button. These buttons are how you get 100%. They reveal bonus areas on the map. Good news is, 100% is not required for beating the game. Like most modern Kirby games, you have to get 100% and perform some random task or collect a whole bunch of objects in order to unveil the true final boss. This is not one of those games. The final battle happens regardless of whether you get 100% or not, which is kind of a good thing. I wish all the Kirby games were like that. Locking the true final battle and the true ending behind getting 100% is lame. Okay, you guys probably almost certainly heard that thunderclap. And, you know, since you're giving me wheel, I'll go ahead and try wheel, but I don't expect to use it very long. We're in a tower, after all. But it'll possibly be useful for this part. No, you can't really do much from that. So, never mind. Oh wait, I wanted it again. It was good for this room. So this is a neat effect. We're going around the tower. Neat. And then I lose that. That's okay. Not super important. Nah. Be careful here, because these guys will try to get the drop on you. In fact, you know what? No. Not you. But you, get some defenses going on as I climb up here. Because that. Give me that real quick. Because there's a room that I need to get here, right here. I could probably get in there even with the spark instead of the sword, but figured it'd be easier to get in there with a sword, and for the sake of having a different power. If only for a moment. You know, in hindsight, I probably should have come in here and then dropped my sword power so that I could use it as ammo. Or heck, just swipe a sword at him. Because this guy's kind of annoying. He has a habit of jumping out of the way. You know what? This guy is considerably slower than his arena counterpart. I'll just wait for him to start driving after me. Slower, except when he's going down hills. He's kind of pretty fast on hills for some reason. But I guess that makes sense. I mean, he's a wheel, and he's on a hill. Alright. Well, I eventually found a use for this wheel power. It is good for getting through this room with no difficulty. And next we get these guys. So, one little downside to copy abilities only having one attack is there's duplicates. This is Ice, which is basically a breath version of Freeze. Let me grab these real quick. I said real quick twice for some reason. So, Ice. Kirby can freeze enemies with his cold breath. He can then throw them into others. So basically, same effect as Freeze, it's just more targeted. Does that mean it would cause more damage against this guy, for example? I don't know. This guy is dangerous, by the way. Don't let him grab you. Face the correct direction, please, Kirby. And I'll go ahead and take you. And that's the end of that level. This was not a good jump. So, we got Backdrop. Kirby can use a powerful wrestling technique, the Backdrop, to defeat his opponents. They actually show this ability off in the opening of the game, so I don't need to demonstrate it too much. You basically press a different direction or a button in order to perform different attacks. Or you can body slam your opponent if you're mid-air. And from here, I'm going to use High Jump. And we get another tower segment. I'll just skip all you guys down there. And now we come to this segment. Ugh, I meant to go through the door. So this is like some sort of mirror gimmick going on, where each room is a reverse of each other. Except in this case, where we have a chance for a 1-up. But you gotta be careful about how you get this, because there are spikes down there. Speaking of spikes, gimme. I feel a little bit safer with this power against the sword guy. Of course, I could have just sucked the sword guy up instead. Yeah, that would have been an option. Okay, so there's a tomato over there, and I get to it by going into that room down there, but I don't feel like going down. You know what? I'm getting a tomato. Problem solved. By the way, as a reminder... Actually, do I want to give that reminder right now? Actually, does it matter? No, it doesn't matter, because I forget what I was going to remind you of. Somebody remind me what I was going to remind you of. Oh yeah, as a reminder, I Let's Played this game once before in 2009, and I am Let's Playing it again because this game is actually my favorite Kirby game, and it deserves better. Like, a better Let's Play than my original Let's Play. And so far, I feel like I'm doing better than my original Let's Play. Although you guys can perhaps let me know. Actually, no, letting me know would mean that you guys would be looking at my original Let's Play, which sucks, and I wouldn't want to put you through that. You know what? The high jump is not going to be useful here. That said, you can let me know if this is at all decent. Am I doing a good job? Feedback is appreciated. How am I doing so far? Okay, I got options here, and knowing what's up ahead, this is one of those instances where it gives you a power that is immediately useful. Because we got wind. Oh, and that does not normally happen. Oh well. As for a reason why this is my favorite Kirby game, well, let's for example compare to Kirby Superstar. Oh, there is something coming up. Alright, hold that thought. We got another new minigame. Quick Draw. When the enemy draws, press the A button. If you press it too soon, you get a penalty. Alright, playing on the original NES. I don't know if the Virtual Console versions have input delay because you're using wireless controllers, but hopefully I do good here. $12. I'd like to time it better than 12. As soon as he draws, you press the button, is how this works. Also, do not talk and explain things while you're trying to do reflex stuff. No, I'm not gonna win this. Oh, I won it! Neat! Well, I'm glad I caught that on camera. It said that you get a penalty if you try shooting too soon, but there is a little bit of leeway. If you press it once, it's not immediately penalized. If you repeatedly press it, that's when you get penalized. Anyway, let's compare this game with Kirby Superstar. Kirby Superstar, as I mentioned before, is the game where Kirby's copy abilities got really robust. It also has co-op, which is really cool, and it also does this interesting thing where instead of one big adventure, you have a bunch of little adventures, and they each have their own gimmick. Well, it's that whole situation where it's little adventures, which is the reason why I'm gonna lose the ice. Oh, never mind. Which is the reason why I prefer this game over Kirby Superstar. Kirby's adventure is one big adventure, and I like that more than I like the little adventures with superior mechanics, admittedly. But I don't know, something about having a full adventure, I prefer that a whole lot. Now, there does bring up the question of what about other Kirby games like Return to Dreamland, where it's a full adventure and you have a robust moveset. Well, getting 100% is easier in this game. Like, I got 100% in Kirby's Return to Dreamland, and it was exhausting. You had to hunt down these cogs in each level, and there's more than one of them in each level, and oh, it got tiring, especially for some of them, because some of them you only get one chance to get, and if you miss it, you gotta restart the level. Admittedly, that's also the same case if you miss the buttons in this game, so never mind on that. By the way, this level really wants you to use the laser, because they were giving it to you for free. If they give you a laser for free, you want it. So yeah, anyway, you probably get the gist of what I was trying to say about why this one is my favorite. It's a full adventure, it's easier to 100%, and oh yeah, on top of that, you don't have to get 100% in order to get the ending. And now we get another one of these segments. Okay, look at the background of this tower as we go around it. How is that physically possible? It goes into itself as we go around it. And then it goes out of itself as we continue to go. No, that's not how towers work. Ooh, this segment. Well, first things first. Speaking of buttons, through here is the next button. Which unlocks another minigame. Now then, that'll bring us out here. I don't want that anymore, because I'm going to take advantage of these guys and let it run out, I think. Yep. You let that run out, and you get UFO every time. That's convenient. And now I'm done with it, because we're in a dark area, and I wanted to show off what is going on here, because there's a new power. Light. That's the power. It lights up the room. Honestly, I didn't really need it for real. You can see the outlines of where you're going, so yeah, you don't actually need light in order to get through that room. But I just wanted to show that off. I wonder how many lives I would be up to right now if I was not resetting the game at the start of every level. You know what? Let's get some more. Let's see if I can get perfect again. Or at the very least, not eat a bomb. Got it. And that is what happens when you don't eat bombs. Apparently, Kirby makes a good incubator. It also means that, hypothetically speaking, if you are eaten by Kirby, you are not necessarily dead. Another warp area which we don't need, and up there is a boss. This is not the ideal power for that boss, but the boss will actually supply me with an ideal power. So here we have the premiere of Mr. Shine and Mr. Bright. I assume the sun is Mr. Bright. Okay, this is definitely not the ideal power for this place. However, this is. I haven't done the menu for this, have I? Cutter. Kirby can throw a series of cutters that return like boomerangs. Yep, indeed they do. So, this is a good power to have for this boss fight. And this boss fight, by the way, if you don't know what you're doing, it's kind of hard. Especially if you do it without powers, especially because of that attack. It's kind of dangerous. That said, with cutter in hand, is not that difficult. That boss fight, by the way, seems easier in the remake, Nightmare in Dreamland. I mentioned that some of the bosses seem easier, and that is one of them. Anyway, that is the end of level 3. We have reached level 4, and being that we have reached level 4, that of course means it is time for the next episode break. We will be right back, and when we come back, we will be going through these gardens made of grapes. If there are any gardens, I think it's more of a cloudy area. Cloudy grapes? Light on calories, I bet.